I don't think people understand just how deadly a Montana blizzard can be. The year is 1881 in Montana's Bitterroot Valley. Winter arrives not as a gentle visitor, but as a tyrant. A blizzard, born in the Rockies, descends with savage fury. The sky churns grey and white. Snow is hurled sideways by a vengeful wind. The world is reduced to wind, ice, cold and darkness. Temperatures plummet. The cold seeps through every barrier, stealing warmth from the bones. The familiar landscape vanishes, replaced by a hostile white desert. For the pioneers, this is not a test of prosperity, but of survival. The storm's roar is relentless, 1,000 freight trains battering the senses. Snow piles into drifts, burying fences and climbing cabin walls. To be caught outside is certain death. Inside, settlers are under siege. The battle against the cold is exhausting, a war waged one log at a time. There is no help coming. Each family is an island of flickering warmth in a frozen ocean. Cabins become fortresses, their inhabitants fighting to keep the cold at bay. The wind moans through the eaves, rattling windows, forcing icy draughts inside. This storm is a brutal reminder of who truly rules the untamed American West. In one such cabin lives William Crane, a practical man with a wife and 2 daughters. He's done everything right. Chinked logs, stacked firewood, hung blankets, yet the cold is winning. The fire offers only a pocket of warmth as the woodpile shrinks alarmingly. The blizzard shows no sign of ending, and his resources dwindle. His daughters shiver under quilts, fear in their eyes. William realizes brute force won't defeat the Montana winter. His sturdy Scandinavian-style cabin stands against the wind, but it's losing the battle. The design meant to protect them is now a trap, requiring endless fuel just to survive. He needs a new idea, a way to hide from the cold, not fight it. His gaze drifts to the snow-covered hill behind the cabin. A radical thought forms. Perhaps the answer isn't to stand against the storm, but to escape it. The cabin, once a symbol of pride, is now a liability. William sees that survival demands a different approach. He must find shelter not above ground, but within it. The hill behind his home offers a possibility. He considers, what if the earth itself could be his ally? A new plan begins to take shape. William remembers a summer day exploring a prospector's tunnel. Inside, the air was cool and still, untouched by the heat outside. The earth alone moderated the temperature. No fire, no insulation. If the ground could shield from summer's heat, could it also protect from winter's cold? Animals know this instinctively. Bears and badgers burrow to survive. The key is below the frost line, where the Earth's temperature stays stable year-round. In Montana, that's a survivable 7 to 10 degrees Celsius. Compared to -40 outside, it's paradise. The Earth is a natural insulator, a thermal battery holding gentle warmth. William decides he won't fight winter on the surface, he'll retreat into the land. Not just a root cellar, but a home, dug into the hill. A shelter protected by earth, not exposed to the wind. It's a radical break from tradition, but it makes sense. Neighbours build tall, proud cabins. William will build humble and hidden. He'll work with nature, not against it. The earth will be his shield. As the storm rages, William plans his new shelter. He chooses a south-facing slope behind his cabin to capture winter sunlight and shelter from north winds. He'll dig deep into the hill below the frost line for stable warmth. The back and sides will be earth. The front, salvaged logs with a small window. The roof timber, planks, and a thick layer of sod and earth for insulation. The entrance will be a descending airlock. An outer door, steps down, then an inner door. Cold air will settle in the airlock, unable to invade the living space. The design is compact, efficient, and conserves every bit of heat. The earth does the heavy lifting. William just tops up the warmth. It's a plan for survival, born of necessity and observation. The genius of William's shelter is in its use of thermal dynamics. By digging below the frost line, he taps into the Earth's stable temperature. The thick walls and sod roof trap warmth, needing only a small fire to stay comfortable. Unlike a log cabin, this shelter holds heat efficiently, saving precious firewood. Ventilation is key. A chimney flue removes smoke, and a secondary shaft brings in fresh air without drafts. The airlock entrance prevents cold air from flooding the living space. Every feature is designed to conserve energy and maximize comfort. It's a masterclass in working with, not against, nature. When the blizzard breaks, William and his family dig into the hillside. Neighbours watch, mocking his hole in the ground. Crane's folly, they call it. They predict collapse, mud, or suffocation. As winter returns, the difference is clear. Neighbours burn wood furiously, while only a thin wisp rises from Crane's flue. Assuming disaster, 2 men visit, expecting to find misery. Instead, they find warmth, comfort, and children playing in simple clothes. The air is fresh, the heat radiant from the very walls. The men are stunned into silence. Their assumptions and the wisdom of tradition are upended. Olsen's visit becomes legend, spreading through the valley. The image of the warm, secure Crane family challenges old beliefs. Men who mocked now question their own draughty cabins and dwindling woodpiles. Quietly, they begin to ask William about his methods. He explains simply, dig deep, face south, use an airlock. The next summer, settlers start digging cellars and workshops into hillsides. They discover their food stays fresh and their workspaces need little heat. Crane's principles prove themselves, one shovel at a time. Within years, earth-sheltered designs become common wisdom. A quiet revolution in survival takes root, passed from neighbour to neighbour. William Crane's story is about seeing the world differently. He wasn't an engineer, just a farmer who paid attention. He noticed the sun's path, the warmth of a south slope, the coolness underground. His genius was connecting simple observations into a solution. While others fought nature, he worked with it, embracing the earth's strengths. He saw burrowing animals as teachers, not primitives. This principle, observe, adapt, cooperate with nature, is timeless. True survival comes from learning, not just resisting. Today we have advanced climate control, but William Crane's earth shelter is more relevant than ever. His simple, efficient design is echoed in modern passive solar and earth-sheltered homes. The lesson-true ingenuity lies in working with nature, not against it. Crane's story invites us to rediscover forgotten wisdom in the world around us. Sometimes the simplest solution is the most advanced. His shelter is a monument to observation, humility, and resilience. The safest place in a storm may not be the fortress, but the burrow dug wisely into the land.